So the other day I was working on a course where what I did was I inserted some Engage interactions as flash files rather than through the normal Engage process. And so what that means is once I inserted that SWIFT, I published the course, and then after I publish the course I have to insert the content folders to go with that. And that's all pretty easy to do. The only challenge was I published the course as a SCORM course, and when you publish a SCORM you're going to get something that looks like this. So you're going to have your SCORM package, and then inside of there is this IMS manifest. So if we actually look at the manifest, what you have is something here. So here's your manifest, and then inside the manifest is this resources list. So you can see resources. And then what that does is that actually creates a line for every single file that's inside that manifest. So in a sense it's kind of like a list of every single file. And so when you publish a course as SCORM and then after the fact you want to modify it and add some more content, you've got to go in and add that content that you added into this resource list. And so if you're just doing one file, that's pretty easy. But in my example here, let's look at the example. I actually have 7 Engage folders, and then inside of the folders you have all of these files, and then additional files. So it could be hundreds of files that you're adding, and then having to do each line is just a hassle. And so this could be whether you're adding one folder or you're adding 20 folders after the fact. You've got to add that to your manifest list. So what I was looking for is an easy way to create that list, and so I ended up finding this program called Karen's Directory Printer. And basically what that'll do is create a list of all of your folders and your files. So what I have here, I've already got my folder selected. I'm just going to go to the Save to Disk option, and what I did is just Files and Folders, and all I want is the full path name. So you can see how this works. I'm going to hit Save to Disk, and what that's going to do is give me the ability to save this as a text file. We'll go ahead and just overwrite the file I have here. We'll hit Save. We'll overwrite it. And now let's look at this text file. So here's that Engage file, and that we just did. And so you can see I've got. Let me stretch this out so it looks a little neater for you. So what you can see is I've got every file and folder listed, and then this would, for example, be the HTML file. And what we can do now is just easily do a copy and replace. So for example, if I wanted to do that reference file, what I could do here is I could actually, all I need is the this up to this folder structure here. So I can actually do a copy and replace on this, and that would change then that. So I can put in the first part of the code, and then all I'd have to do is find and replace and change the direction of the arrow, the slashes, and then all I have to do is amend or append the end of each file with the closing bracket. But that's a lot easier to do. That's only a few steps. It would be able to quickly modify the entire list, and then I'm done, which is a lot easier than having to manually enter all of that to the manifest. And I can just copy and paste this into that manifest XML file. So as you can see, it's a really easy way to create a list, and then it's just a matter of what you want to do to modify it. So if you ever need to create a list of all your files and folders, I'd really recommend Karen's Directory Printer.